Email marketing can be one of the most freeing and automated ways to attract and convert business. It's a phenomenal way to save time and not have to spend thousands of dollars on salaries and outsourcing. In today's video, I'll share with you how to implement your email marketing strategy, and we'll focus on actually converting business. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime, founder of Echo Real Estate Advisors. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Email marketing has become a buzzword, and most of the time is sold as an overcomplicated process. So in response, most agents don't even bother. So left to their own devices, many agents trust their memory. They trust sticky notes that they have lying around in their office. And they trust sporadic calendar reminders on when they should follow up with clients. Now, the issue is you're mostly focusing on the now business. You're not focusing on that dormant business, and you're certainly not focusing on that repeat business. And email marketing is designed to address all of that business: the active business, the dormant business, and the repeat business. But enough of the why, let's get to the how. For this email marketing tutorial, we're going to keep it very simple so we maximize the chances of you taking action. First step, we have to create a database. Now, before your mind goes there, don't worry about CRMs. Don't worry about email autoresponders. We'll take care of that in the next steps. But for now, we just have to create a database. Don't overcomplicate it. A database is a place where you go and store your contacts. So the first thing we'll do in creation of the database is put all of the names of all of the contacts that we have onto a spreadsheet. We're going to start with the spreadsheet because regardless of the CRM you choose in the future, or regardless of the email autoresponder you choose, they will have an import feature. And oftentimes they're going to ask for a Excel sheet or a spreadsheet of some kind, depending on which system you use. So as long as you have something on a spreadsheet format, you're not doing double the work. So you're going to go to your phone and you're going to export all of your contacts. Depending if you have an Android or an iPhone, the process is going to be different. Once you have that file as your anchor file, you're going to go through your past emails. If you have a personal email or if you have a work email, you're going to go to all of the contacts that have emailed you in the past. All of the leads that you've received in the past, you're effectively going to look for any and all names that may not have made your phone but are somewhere lost in your email, and you're going to put those into your spreadsheet. So here's the thing, it's to your benefit to have as much accurate information as possible. So if you have somebody's phone number and you feel comfortable, go ahead and text them asking them for their email. This way you have both phone and email, which is going to serve you tremendously down the road and open different avenues for you to contact them. Now, before we go to step 2, I want to invite you to get comfortable asking for that email address whenever you're meeting somebody. Oftentimes we ask for that phone number and that's it. But now, as you're cultivating and improving your database, you want to go ahead and get into the habit of asking for the email address as well. Now, the second step is you want to segment your list. Now, don't overcomplicate it. Don't over automate yourself. Again, we don't want to create any friction that'll keep us from moving forward. So a basic segmentation of your list is all you need. Now, my suggestion for list would be to have one for past clients, have one for active buyers, have one for active sellers, and then have one for long-term prospects. Now again, this list suggestion is just that, a suggestion. You can add more or you can subtract. Whatever is easiest for you. I provided a good example, one that I actually use for myself that has helped me stay organized, but more importantly, has been very instrumental in me being consistent. Step 3, we need to focus on our content. Now, this is where I'm going to park it for just a minute because it's very important. Content is another buzzword that is being thrown around without really elaborating on what valuable content really is. The content that you should be emailing should provide value to the reader. And when I say value, I mean information about property taxes, information about renovations, information about financing, information that's going to be valuable whenever they click open that email and 30 seconds after they've read it, it makes sense and it's actionable for them, or at least it gives them a further understanding of what's going on. Example of bad content would be, hey, do you want to sell your house? I'm the best real estate agent. Hey, really, let's sell your house. Hey, I'm the best. Hey, you want to go buy a house? Do you know anyone that wants to sell a house? For real, let's sell your house. Again, keep your content valuable. Keep it simple so you can actually follow through with it, but keep it valuable so you don't get blocked, you don't get unsubscribed, or you just don't get ignored whenever you're sending out your emails to your database. If you would like a great representation of what a real estate content calendar looks like, feel free to email me. The email should be flashing in front of your screen right now. If it's not, then I messed up in editing, but assuming that I did my job correctly, go ahead and email me. Also, my contact will be in the description down below. Go ahead and email me and I'll send you the content calendar for real estate agents. This way you have a firm grasp on what you can send out. So let's look at the 4 lists and how we can email them, how we can have engaging conversation with each of the groups. With your past clients, email them during holidays, email them during change of seasons, and then also select at least 6 different topics that you would like to cover and share with your past clients. Again, you may have buyers in this list or you may have sellers in this list. For this particular list, I'm suggesting that you go ahead and email them the same. But if you would like to segment this list as well into past buyers and past sellers, certainly do that. But again, the goal is to keep it simple and keep it moving. Active buyers. I categorize them as people that expressed an interest in becoming a buyer. So this is mostly manifested as an online lead. So whenever I'm running Facebook ads, Google ads, Bing ads, YouTube ads, what have you, whenever they express interest in buying by responding to one of my ads, I follow up with them until I figure out how I'm going to serve them. So this is assuming that the initial interest was made, but there hasn't been an additional discussion of how we will work together. So as soon as the lead comes in, they are on this drip, they are on my email list until they become a client or they become one of those dormant, hey, I'm going to nurture you for until you're ready to buy, which is going to be our 4th list. With these active buyers, reaching out to them 15 times in the first 30 days sounds like quite a bit, but it really isn't. If you're breaking it down into emails, into text, into phone calls, remember, they responded to one of your ads, they responded to one of your posts expressing that they have interest in buying. So there was something within them that made them respond. The worst feeling you can have is text them once or call them once, and then several weeks down the road, you see them at the title company closing on the home with another agent. Now, important to note that this is assuming that they don't get back to you, that they have ghosted you, that they're not responding to your calls, your texts, or your emails. So the moment that somebody responds back on, let's say, email number 4 or text number 3, whatever the case may be, then you can stop that campaign. You don't have to continue emailing them. This is to engage them or re-engage them. And until you find out what their real estate needs are, you want to be as active as possible in the first 30 days to really maximize the opportunities of them working with you. Now, your active sellers list, it works the same way as your buyers list. Now, I want to also make the distinction that those 15 times that you reach out, 10 of those could be emails, or all 15 could be emails. I'm going to suggest that you break it up, not all of them be emails, but the 15 times are 15 touch points. You want to reach out as much as possible. So the sellers list works pretty much the same way as the buyers list in the active campaigns. Now, your long-term prospect list. This is where most of your contacts are going to fall under. Yes, you're going to have past clients, and depending on how successful you've been, that list could be small or it could be large. You're going to have active buyers and active sellers, but after that 30-day mark, then the response rate is going to be different. So you want them to fall into your long-term prospecting list. And this prospecting list is not a contact them 15 times for the next 30 days type of a list. You actually want people that are nurtured here along until they're ready to make a buying decision or selling decision. If you want to view this on a macro level, this prospect list is effectively the value of your business. So whenever you're selling your business, this is what's being sold. This is the value that you have in your real estate business, the contacts, your database, your book of business is what's being sold. And when you email this long-term prospect list is you email them holidays, you email them change of seasons, you email them significant real estate changes like major drops in interest, things of that nature. And then you select at least 6 more topics that you would like to share with them. And since this list has both buyers and sellers for me, I include a buyers section and a sellers section and highlight the benefits of both. Because if you're a seller, you're going to sell and ultimately become a buyer. If you're a buyer, you also want to have information on what you're getting yourself into when you become a homeowner and sell in the future. One quick favor before continuing, please hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. As you can tell, we spent a good amount of time on step number 3 because it's super important, and really that's where the most friction happens and where most people get stuck. When they're trying to implement, they get frustrated because it was overcomplicated, or whenever they actually go through and send out emails as they should be, then they get frustrated with the lack of results. And the lack of results come from not having something of substance to communicate to your buyers and sellers. Step 4, now you automate. Many times whenever we're thinking about email marketing, we jump straight into the tools. We jump straight into the CRMs, the email autoresponders, but that's the backwards way of doing it. First, we have to have that strategy on the forefront. Now we just use a CRM and we use an email autoresponder as a tool, not anything else. It is a tool that we use to convey our message and enact our strategy. Now, to address the question that is very much in the front of your mind, which CRM should I use or which email autoresponder should I use? There is a link down below with resources, but beyond resources, you have a breakdown of each CRM and you have a breakdown of each email autoresponder. So I invite you to check that out. Now, as far as what I use, I have an all-in-one. I have the CRM and an email autoresponder. Right now, I'm using LionDesk. I like the price. The price is very competitive. I like the functionality. So not only does it fit in as a CRM because it is a CRM, it also integrates text marketing. It also integrates email marketing and has a lot of other capabilities that I find beneficial in what I'm doing. Once you've selected your CRM and your email autoresponder, again, if you want to use an integrated way, I would suggest Desk, but you can certainly use whatever tool you find most beneficial to you. All you need to do now is create the emails based off of the content that you've selected, based off of the holidays that are coming up, based off of the change in seasons. So it's going to take you 2 to 3 days if you're doing this for the first time to create everything, to create your emails, to create whatever you want to communicate. It's going to take you about 2 to 3 days to set everything up. But every year following that, it's going to take you no more than a morning for you to take those past emails that you've created, maybe update them a little bit more, and then set them where they're going out automatically whenever they need to. And that's really all there is to it. Once you have the fundamentals right, once you have them going and it's part of your process, it becomes very, very simple. And you can actually scale up in your automations. Quick question for you. Are you using email marketing now in your business? And what has been your experience with it? Also, if you're interested in the real estate content calendar for real estate agents, please feel free to shoot me an email and I will send that right out to you. And if you found value in this video today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can talk again soon.